Hi everyone! Today I will guide you into your first step with Magic Palette. We will cover the UI and main interface that you will work with. And I would say let's just get started. We have the benefit of having Magic Palette as fully web-based. So this means you can use any browser of your choice and just type in beta.magicpalette.io to get started. It will load the app. For now, everything is web-based but not mobile supported. So please use your browser on your desktop, laptop, or whatever system you run with. We have the main interface or overview. I will give you over the interface now. Is all here visible already. One thing that I recommend and would encourage you to do is that you also can download, so in your address bar usually, depends a bit on the browser, you can also install the app. This gives you the convenience of having it in your bottom bar or wherever you have your apps, and really just start it from there. So I would suggest to do this, and then you can ask it. It will ask you if you want to add it to the taskbar. And as you can see, you now have kind of a more sleek version of Magic Palette on your system. It is still all web-based, so you can go full screen here. And we will start with the splash screen, the welcome screen here in the center that greets you. This will change over time, as everything will change, of course, based on the updates that we provide to the app. You see this here on the top left corner, the version that you work with. If you report bugs, please always let us know in which version you are working. You also can directly open files from here or get access to the documentation of Magic Palette, the various themes and workflows that you want to dive in. You can reach here. Let's fire up one of these. So for example, if you want to learn more about how to use the level generator, you can do this directly here and read the documentation or watch one of the more advanced techniques that we use to build our maps. So this is can be convenient for you to access directly here. The links to our socials, and on the right side we have the changelog. So there you always see the latest updates and fixes, and especially new features to work with. So we can close the splash screen, and I will give you a brief overview now of the user interface. Magic Palette is segmented into a top bar, a side bar, and a bottom bar. Plus, of course, in the center you have the viewport where the magic happens, of course. So let's get started. This brings you back to the splash screen. The second button brings you directly to the documentations, as we did see before. We also can load files, of course. So, for example, we can choose a Vox file here and let Magic Palette load it. This will load your whole scene with the actual model, and you also can download your model again as Vox. This is the format that we mainly work with here on Magic Palette. It, of course, we will offer and already do offer various other formats where you can export your files into and work on other 3D softwares. And in a further stage, you also will be able to export it directly to GameMaker, of course, which is super crucial for the whole workflow. Right now, we're still working together with the GameMaker development team to make this happen the best way for you as creator. So as you can see here in the viewport, we have a scene that is described with a string, and also, so this is assigned by Magic Voxel Magic Palette directly, and it's not your Vox file name initially, but you always can alter this. These numbers or figures in the front of the file name are important because they show you how large the scene actually is. So in this case here, we with everything that is built here, we cover a 2x2 land in the sandbox. So this means to publish this experience here, we would need to have 4 lands to push them to to the map. On the in the sidebar, the most things will happen in the sidebar. We have a land generator, a palette builder, and a block inspector. We mainly, or I will cover these more in depth in separate videos, because to explain all the functions it will take a bit of time and to guide you through. But be aware, these are also prone to updates, of course, and might look different after a while. But we basically give you here the option to interact with your models or to generate even from scratch new models or new landscapes and level designs out of the box, as you can see here with the land generator. So these functions are located in the sidebar. On the bottom bar, we have various things to look at as well. These are mainly options that interact with the viewport itself. On the lower left corner, you don't see it because my face is covering it. We have the orbit cube that is there to help you navigate in the 3D space. The other thing that we have now in the, how do you say, available here are the buttons in this lower right side. It allows you to switch. I'm a bit fast with zooming here. So to switch between plain color mode and textured mode of your model. As you can see here, it applies and shows you all the textures. But if you want to see your pure colors that are coming in from the voxel model, it's you always can display it like this. The second option that you have here is going between isometric mode and perspective mode. Depends on your preferences, of course, how you want to work with your model. The third button is to remove or add the navigation cube on the lower left, and we can also blend out the grid if it's disturbing you, and if you lost sight of your of your scene or your model, you always can push the focus button and you should find it relatively easily again. The screenshot button allows you to take a screenshot with transparent background directly here from the viewport, so it's actually always what you see is what you get. So if you, oops, a bit too close, but if you close in and take another screenshot, of course you also get just a render of what you see right now in your viewport. The last option down here allows you to go full screen, so to use your full screen estate, and with escape or pushing the button again you can come back to a windowed mode. As you can see here, I can scale my app to my likings, but usually you want to have best view and most screen available to work with, and therefore you can go full screen. The viewport itself is to navigate in the viewport. You can use right click and drag to orbit or kind of navigate in your scene. So wherever you click, it will orbit around this point, as you can see. Then the zoom wheel, of course, zooms you in and out of your scene, and clicking on the zoom wheel or middle mouse button is there to pan your scene, so you can pan up and down and left and right as usual. And the left click is there for you to select blocks. You see the selector here, the blue outlined cube, and as you can see here, you can select now one of the block types, and this also always refers also to one of the colors, as you can see here, and interact with it or with these voxels and colors. So as you can see here, I have chosen some stone tiles, and then I can swap all the stone that has the same color to another block. This purple I just did choose, and I can do this with further or more of my blocks, and this is how we would swap blocks, and I cover this in another video as well for you to be more familiar with the palette builder. All right, I think this covers already the basics, and we will be excited to see how you get started with Magic Palette. See you next time.